Hey everyone, welcome to Apocalypse Movies and welcome to our 2018 overall lists. We have our overall movie list as well as our geek list. And the way this point system works for us and how we come to a consensus list here at Apocalypse, we rank our personal list. All right, we do the top 10 as well as a couple honorable mentions specifically for the geek because there are 12 of those. And we do a point system, right? And number one gets 10 or 12 points and the bottom one gets 1 point. And it kind of evens out from there. We add them up and we get our overall list at the end of the year. The following video, you will be able to see what our consensus list is, and the coming days will show our individual lists, and you're kind of going to see how they add up and what movies made it and what movies didn't. So we hope you really enjoy this. We had fun doing this. And head down in the comments, let us know what you think of our overall list once you're able to watch this and kind of check it out. Again, thank you and enjoy.
Coming in at number 10 on our list is Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. Now, this movie stars Eddie Redmayne, Jude Law, and Johnny Depp. And while the movie is pretty low on our list at the very bottom, it was still a great movie, one of the most enjoyable ones that we had this year. The pace for the movie was one of our biggest complaints. It kind of dragged on a little bit. And another disappointment was the death of Lita Lestrange, played by Zoe Kravitz. Although the character of Grindelwald, played by Johnny Depp, was quite one of the best performances, same with Jude Law as Dumbledore. We look forward to seeing more from the future in this long franchise. Stupefy.
So why all the hate for Deadpool 2? It's number 9 on our list. I actually really enjoyed this film. I know as a team, it wasn't one of our favorites. Some of the other guys had a few problems with it, but me personally, I really enjoyed it. And it's not as good as the first one, and I don't like to compare it too much, but it's a fair comparison. And you know, the first one has a special place, but this one did its own thing. It kind of had its own vibe to it, in my opinion, and it introduced new characters, and I love the addition of Domino. She's probably my favorite part about this movie. Cable was really good, Josh Brolin was really good. I love the Colossus, and his action scenes were awesome in this movie. Some of the jokes did get repetitive, I will agree with some of that stuff, but for the most part, Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds brought it again, and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. One of the movies that I can watch over and over again, and I have since it's came out.
Oh, Aquaman, number 8 on our geek list for 2018. Yeah, I mean, look, this is the lone DC movie of the year, and we were kind of a little bit back and forth on whether or not we were excited, looking forward to it, what to expect. But I gotta say, for most of us here at Apocalypse, we really, really enjoyed the movie. There's a lot to like about it. The visuals are absolutely beautiful. In moments, there are some CGI moments where you're like questioning it. Jason Momoa is a valid star as his character. He brings this character to life in a very unique way. And Amber Heard as his co-star as Mira, a very powerful character in her own right, holds her own, and she is one of the most lovable parts of the movie. But this movie is specifically well because James Wan directs it well. He brings a new unique style to it, and it's something new in the DCU that we're very excited for, and it made a buttload of money at the box office, which means we'll get sequels as well. And so Aquaman, all in all, we really enjoyed it here. We think it's one of the best superhero movies of the year. Number 8, don't discount it at that number. That just means there's a few better above it. But number 8, a great spot for Aquaman.
Coming in at number 7 on our list is Bumblebee. Now, Bumblebee starred Haley Steinfeld and John Cena, and it was a lot better than a lot of people expected. I know I had extremely low expectations for it with the last Transformers, the way they were going, but it was a new director, new take on the franchise, and it basically revitalized a lot of people's excitement for the Transformers films. We got awesome scenes of Cybertron and met a few new Transformers along with the 2 new bad guys, Dropkick and Shatter. But you know, there was a few things that kind of hampered it a little bit. A little bit of the lack of action kind of gave us a little bit of disappointment. John Cena's performance was kind of just however you want to take it. But other than that, it's a great movie, and it definitely deserves to be on the top 10. And at number 7, again, we have Bumblebee.
Alright, so number 6 on our list of geek movies of the year, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Peyton Reed returning to direct the sequel to the surprise hit from 2015, Ant-Man. Paul Rudd is back Michael Douglas, all the familiar cast, Evangeline Lilly. We finally get to see her in action as a Wasp, and she did not disappoint. She's one of the highlights of the year, at least for me. One of the best characters we've seen. A lot of great action. All the laughs you expect. His goofy sidekicks are back, and he had an interesting villain. Probably not the most engaging thing, but that's not what made the story. It was the story of, obviously, Paul Rudd as Scott Lang. And listen, just to me, this one matched the first one. It was funny. It was great. Loved all the little jokes and all the surprises, and great spoiler ending. Great post-credit scene. So at number 6 on our list, I think it's well deserved. It's right where it should be. Ant-Man and the Wasp was very enjoyable. I loved it.
Ready Player One, ranking at number 5 on our list. Before I get to the movie real quick, let me just say, shame on my fellow Apocalypse team members for ranking this movie so low on their list. The reason why it's only at number 5 on our list is because of them. So you avid followers of this movie, head down in the comments and blast them about having it lower than I did on my list. Anyway, this movie is absolutely bonkers. There's so much to love about it. Steven Spielberg brings this book to life. Yes, it's unique and different compared to the book, which a lot of people didn't like, but you have to remember the book and movies are very different. The Oasis is beautiful, the action is awesome. Ty Sheridan, Olivia Cook, Ben Mendelsohn bring those real-life characters to life, as well as a little bit of Simon Pegg in there. All in all, I mean, the geek culture, the pop culture, the references, the Easter eggs, there's so much to love about it as just a pure fan of, the last 20, 30, 40 years of pop culture. So if you go in and you're just looking for a movie to really kind of blow your expectations and blow what video game style movie is all about, this is definitely it. It's something completely different. And for those non-book readers, I believe, because I am one, I believe that's going to blow their expectations out of the water of what they're really expecting from this movie. Number 5 on our list, Ready Player One. Low for myself, but overall a really good spot for the movie. Solo, a Star Wars story. Number 4 on our list. Look, it's a Star Wars movie. All of us here at Apocalypse absolutely love Star Wars. So seeing it number 4, maybe a little bit of a surprise, but you have to remember all the stuff that would happen with this movie. Everything that happened behind the scenes a couple years ago, the director change, the questions about Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. All in all, he crushed the role of Han Solo in most of our opinions. Now, there are those haters out there who only believe that Harrison Ford should play this character. You have to remember that they're completely different time periods. They're completely different characters. And so you can't really compare one with the other. But that happens. Moving on. Kira, played by Emilia Clarke. You have Donald Glover's Lando. You have Chewie and Han's introduction. Beckett. There's so many things to love about this. The Millennium Falcon and the Kessel Run. I mean, there's so many things to love about this movie. It's a fun, enjoyable ride that brought back that really fun Star Wars vibe that we have kind of been looking for recently. Yes, it wasn't always the best, but if you go in just kind of, with mild expectations and looking to have fun, Solo, a Star Wars story is definitely going to give that to you. So number 4 on our list, while it be maybe very high for a lot of people, for us, it's exactly where it should be.
Spider-Man Into the SpiderVerse, it's number 3 on our list. Wow, if you would have asked me a year ago where I thought this movie would rank on this list, I don't even think I would have said it would have been in the top 10. I don't think me or any of the guys were looking forward to it. And it just sounded weird, like why were they doing this movie when you have live action Spider-Man going on and everything like that. But oh my goodness, this movie is one of the best films of the year, period. Not just comic book or animated, in my opinion. It is so damn good. And the thing that makes it that great is not the action, the craziness, the comic book elements. It's the characters and the character moments and the dialogue and the relationships between the characters and the family element. That's what makes this movie great. What makes it amazing and really enjoyable is all the action and all this multi-universe stuff and the extra Spider-Mans and Peter Parker and Spider-Man Noir. All of these things. It's a total geek out film, but it's also an amazing story and has amazing characters, and that's why I think it ended up so high on this list.
So number 2 on our list for our geek movies of 2018 is Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman and the stellar cast that we got in that. Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger. Monster hit. Did a lot better than a lot of people thought. A whole lot better. One of the highest grossing, I think number 2 highest grossing of the year. And it was great to get into the world of Wakanda, something that we seen in comics and obviously had hinted at in the MCU before, and it was really great to see the technological advancements and everything that Wakanda's known for. Eric Killmonger, played by Michael B. Jordan, one of the top 2 or 3 villains we've gotten, I think, in all comic book movies. Certainly in the MCU, arguably rivaling Loki and Thanos. And yeah, Black Panther was a monster hit. Great cast, great engaging story. We can't wait to see what comes next. Black Panther, number 2 on our list, and I think well-deserved spot.
Surprise, surprise, Avengers Infinity War is number 1 on our list. Wow, this is an achievement of a film. I freaking love this movie. As soon as I think of it, I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to go watch Infinity War. And oh my goodness, this movie is amazing. Honestly, it's hard for me to think of negatives because as soon as the movie starts, it's a thrill ride the whole way through. And for me, it's a different kind of movie. You had to have this pace with this many characters. So a lot of the flaws that come up with it, they stuff too much into it. In my opinion, I don't think so. You had to include all these characters and it was handled the best way possible. And of course, it has Thanos. A lot of people think he's the best villain in the MCU. To me, it's still up to debate. I still gotta throw Loki in that match. But obviously, Infinity War is freaking amazing and it got us so excited for Endgame. And knowing us, everybody on our team, of course it ended number 1.
There it is, guys, our overall lists for 2018. We have our overall list and our geek list. Again, thank you guys for joining us on our list this year. We had a ton of fun putting these together. Obviously, with it being a consensus, there are some movies that a lot of us liked on there, some movies that a couple of us wanted to see on there, some of them missed that we wanted to, etc. But overall, we think it's a great list for each side, overall and geek. We really hope you enjoyed these videos as well. We had a good time putting them together, and we hope you come back for more. We are looking forward to doing our anticipation lists next week, which you'll be able to see which movies we're looking forward to in 2019 as well. And so, again, thank you for joining us here on Apocalypse Movies for our 2018 list. Make sure you head down in the comments, let us know what you think of them, as well as to apocalypsemovies.com and this YouTube channel for everything in the world of movies. So, again, I am Jake. Thank you for joining us on our Apocalypse Movies, and we'll see you guys next time.